Okay, guys, no outdoor vlog for you today. Sorry, but I thought I'd do something Claytonian does all the time and talk about books. The J books I've been using, or I have used, to further my studies in Japanese. Let's go through the first one. The first one here is called How to Tell the Difference Between Japanese Particles. This has been really useful because it gives a lot of particles and ways to say things in Japanese I particularly did not know. A lot of, the way to use particles is a very good thing. It's something that would take a long time to learn. I think The Way to Say Certain Sentences is a great book. How to Tell by Naoko Chino. Great author. She knows what she's doing. That's what you need. There's some great women writers out there who do Japanese studies. I mean, don't spend your time with J.D. Robb or, I don't know, J.D. Robb. I guess that's Nora Roberts, isn't it? Or Banana Yoshimoto, or shit, who else? Or who else is there? There's too many bad romance writers. Or Sylvia Plath, or Laurel K. Hamilton, or fuck, I don't know. Anyway, and the next one I come to, this has been very helpful too. Basic Connections by Kakuko Soji. She, another great writer. Making your Japanese flow. It's sort of like helping you trying to speak Japanese in sentences rather than sounding like textbook Japanese. I'm sure you've heard everybody say things in Japanese. I'm sure if I spoke to you in Japanese, if you're a native speaker, I'd say things like, I do a lot of things that aren't correct to do. I am happy man with good feeling all of the time. I'd say things like that. And book that Claytonian recommended that I didn't buy in his recommendation, I just bought on my own. This is a much updated version than his Handbook of Common Japanese Phrases. Really useful as well for good situations. It has some keigo in the back. Keigo's like the business Japanese you'll need to learn. It's very hard Japanese, and I've had a few of my students actually really like this book because there's certain business phrases they really wanted to know. Anyway, so must. Let's see what else. What do we got here next? This is a kanji practice book. It's like for little kids. I actually stole this from Miss Hana Minks. No, wait. I think she gave it to me. Did I steal it or did she give it to me? I can't remember. But anyway, yeah, that was that kanji book. Genki. Everybody starts off with Genki. It's a great book. It's relatively easy to follow. The only thing I don't like about it is that the order and the way they teach these books is a little confusing. I mean, I don't know, they teach how to say made, which means when, like a little too late in the chapter, I think. And there's many other examples where I think they teach things way too late in the chapter. Let me look at something. Yeah, made. Akachan ga neru made watashi wa uta o utaute agemasu. I will sing a lullaby till the baby falls asleep. You don't learn that until the 23rd chapter. Beats the hell out of me why you're learning that far late. Anyway, okay, so next books. What's her name? This is actually Mana's. She gave this to, well, she didn't give this to me. She just loaned it to me, and I've had it forever. I've had it over a year. Really, it's okay. Risa Misu hates it, but it's okay. I mean, it's kanji. I mean, as Tikyo-sam or Katz will tell you, just study. Don't think about it. Don't think about studying. You're wasting time just thinking about studying. Here's the first Japanese dictionary I ever used. I don't know. I don't care what Risa Misu says. I like it. Because, I don't know, maybe it's the first dictionary we had. It has the kanji and the hiragana in it. And it has English and Japanese. I relatively think it's good. Next one. I have not used this book yet. I haven't even broke it open or used it. It's an incredibly expensive book. I bought it book off, half off. Reading Real Japanese. I mean, I guess the only thing people think when they think of this book is this really angry-looking child on the cover and Tokyo Swan, because he highly recommended this book. I still have yet to read it. Comes with a CD. I think that's what makes it so expensive, but pretty much it looks really, really basic and very easy to follow. So I think I'd recommend this as well. Let's see what else I got here. Japanese collocations. Colloquiations. Correct my pronunciation. I can't even speak English today. Another one by Kakugo Soji. Great book. Speaking of which, I was thinking about this. You know what I might do? I think I might, they have great sentences in here. I'm gonna pull, Ozzy 78, 87? I think it's 78. I don't think he's that young. Where he takes some Jisho, he takes a Japanese dictionary, and he plays Jisho roulette. You should check him out. He puts a lot of time into his videos. Sometimes I laugh at how much time he's put into it. I mean, because you know that he's not getting paid to do this. But anyway, so we'll come back to this one. Choose a Japanese sentence for a day. And that way I learn something, you learn something, or I just wasted your time and you're learning a sentence you already know. Anyway, next book. Now, this book has been really helpful. This has been really, really good to have. 13 Secrets of Speaking Fluent Japanese. Teaches you sort of methods. I mean, cats will sort of teach you the same thing, but I preferably like reading a lot in trains. You know, I don't like looking at a computer screen all the time. So reading this has been really a lot of fun in the train. Teaches you like all these little secrets, the things they don't teach you in textbooks, etc. And it's by a white man, Giles Murphy. So, can't recommend that enough. Let's see. This one is okay. Jazz up your Japanese with onomatopoeia, with giseigo. And it's okay. I mean, they have quiz. The first half of it's really good. The first half of it's entertaining. It's interesting to read. You learn stuff about the language. But the rest of it, I don't know. It's just all just a bunch of quizzes. And they get kind of tedious, and it's hard to read at some points. And I eventually stopped reading it. And there's lots in here I don't know. But I'll come back to it eventually. So jazz up your Japanese onomatopoeia. Okay, so this book here, Kanji Learner's Dictionary. This is actually Mr. NES's, Nathan's. I just haven't given it back to him. I don't think he needs it. I don't know, he hasn't asked me for it. Let's see here. This book is really hard to follow. I'm not sure how they put these brushstrokes. I need somebody to explain to me how this book is organized, because I still haven't figured it out to this day. I'm guessing it's organized by radical. I'm still not exactly sure what formula it is. Anyway, you might remember these books, Making Out in Japanese. They're great starters if you're like just beginning the language and you just want to know the simple basics. Basic things you'll say every day if you're like in a relationship or even talking with friends. You'll use a lot of these, the words in these books, so I highly recommend. I recommend getting updated versions because if you're like me, you'll get to a certain level where you can't stand seeing Romaji anymore and it drives you bonkers. But yeah, get the updated versions, but these are good. Let's see. And last but not least, the big old dictionary of Japanese grammar. Japanese grammar. This book here is a very good, it's good for, you know, resource, good for looking things up, and it's good to just read on your own, too. They also have 2 more books I don't have yet because I'm not a rich man. Dictionary of, it's like intermediate grammar than advanced. I haven't looked at either of them, but this one is still, there's still a lot in here I don't know. I mean, there's a lot I do know in here, but there's some I still don't know. So, that's it. Anyway, so, as I promised, I'll choose one sentence from this book, and let's cue the music. Well, let's play some other music that Oz doesn't play. Okay. The sentence is, Shiru wo mat... Hold on a minute. Shiru... Shio wo matomeru. Put material together. Sorry about my horrid pronunciation. It's just... Shirio wo materu. Matomeru. Put material together. Shirio wo materu. Fuck! Matomeru. Shirio wo matomeru. Shirio matomeru. I'll put text on the screen. And that's your J sentence for today.